Hi, YouTube. Guess what book I just finished? 2 hours ago. I had to take a shower, look all fresh because I just got out of the pool and I was just reading the book really fast because I was on the last chapter and I was just reading it and I finally finished it. As you guys know, I finished City of Fallen Angels, and yes, this is a printout of the cover because I felt like you guys. I always hold on my Kindle saying City of Fallen Angels, you don't see the cover. So I thought for now just make a little printout of the cover and just hold it onto my Kindle. So you see the cover. See? So you know what book I'm reading instead of looking at the Kindle like, what book was she reading? What book did she mention? Blah, blah, blah. So you'll just see the cover. See? So yeah. And as you already know, on the cover is Clary and Simon. That's his face is cut off from. And it's the fourth book in the Mortal Instruments series, as you can tell. And it was awesome. It was awesome, but not as great as the other ones, but it was still an awesome book. It was a little bit slower than the other ones for me, but it was still an awesome book. And I really, really enjoyed it. So if you haven't read the Mortal Instruments series, I'm not going to go too depth in it, and then I'm going to cut you off, and then we're going to go to spoiler review, like I always do. The plot is just amazing. It really, just the way it went from, right, it just goes all over the place. And I really, really enjoy that whole aspect of it going all over the place, like up and down, up and down. It'll be like, something happened, and she'll go back to someone else, be like, no, why'd you go to that perspective? Why'd you go to that perspective? You should have went to the other perspective to see what happened. And that's how she does it, and I love it. It just made me more anticipating, more suspenseful. Characters were amazing as always. So, there's a short review for you guys who haven't read the book. Bye for now, because I want to get into spoilers. I want to get spoiled to see how hyped I am right now. So, the ending. That ending. Oh my god. It just wants me to read City of Lost Souls so much quicker, but I can't because I have other books in the way to read. It's just like, oh my god. Oh my god. I was just like, ah! That ending. Oh my god. Since this is a spoiler, with Sebastian and him in the binding and saying, we are one. I was like, what? What? Cassandra could have left you with a cliffhanger. I was just like, what? This book, City of Fallen Angels, was mostly in the perspective of Simon, then Clary, Jace, Isabel, Alec, and I felt like it was good learning more about Simon's perspective because you learned how he was feeling and you learned how he was trying to go by with this vampire stuff, and I really like that. I really like that we got more of his perspective in this book. Now, there's some really crazy things that I want to. The whole scene with Lilith, the demon Lilith, and Jace, and him possessed by her in the dream, and that dream Jace had with the demon disguising himself as Max. I'm just like, you had to disguise yourself as Max. You had to. I was born and cried like Max. I love Max, even though we didn't know him as much. She's like the cutest freaking character. And I hate when authors do that. I hate when authors kill off people you love. Like, even though you don't like, they're not a main character, but you love them as a character, they should just kill them off. Susan Collins is a big, just name one, Susan Collins, and Veronica Roth. They're big on doing that. They're big on killing guys that you love. But I just love the whole roller coaster aspect and that whole scene with Jace and Max and him doing the possession room, and just amazing. The ending scene though, that scene really freaked me out. Really, really freaked me the heck out. Towards like the beginning it was kind of slow because we get Clary learning to train and Simon trying to get through his vampire stuff and Jace acting himself. And then towards the middle, it got really creepy with Camille killing those shadow hunters for Lilith to use his blood. Well, this demon Lilith gave me the creeps. And I literally thought I was having a dream about it because like it just creeps me out. Because she was literally trying to do what Valentine did to Jonathan or Sebastian and trying to do what he did to her, but instead she did it wrong. She did it to normal babies instead of Shadowhunter babies. So she was using Shadowhunter blood to and she was injecting Shadowhunter blood and demon blood into these women, and these babies were coming out deformed, and they were coming up nasty looking, and they died. And I felt bad for these women. They were using the cultists, people who were worshipping Lilith. Why'd you worship her? That's just my question. And they mentioned Wilhelm, and they're like almost towards the end of the book, towards the middle to end. They kept Alec heard Camille talk about Will Herondale to Magnus. I was just like, Will from Clockwork Angel. Oh my god. I'm just reading it. I'm reading it. I'm like reading points of it about Will, and I was like, oh. And Magnus, oh my god, I think my favorite couple in the book, besides Jason and Clary, is Magnus and Alec. I love them as a couple. Like, they're so cute on all their little trips, and they kept sending pictures to Jace, and Jace's like, why are they sending me these pictures? It's like, oh my god, I love their relationship. And then they had a fight because Magnus saw Camille, his ex-girlfriend, and they were dating Clockwork Prince Angel. It's just like, oh my god. And then they made up in the apartment lobby thingy, whatever, and they were kissing. And she was like, oh, I love Magnus. He said I would take you anywhere. I was like, why can I have a boyfriend like that? I loved it. Yes. And then Simon had a few girl problems. Well, I call them girl problems because that's what a girl would have. He had the problem between two girls he was dating, Maya and Isabel, which is like two. And then we meet Jordan, Maya's ex, who she thought was rabid and crazy, but I think they started to learn to become loved again towards the end. Craziness. Also, don't you think it was a little weird before, like in the beginning, you're like, why is Jace having these dreams? And then like you realize at the end, oh, didn't you feel stupid? I felt stupid. I was like, why the hell is he having these nightmares? He loves Claire. Why would he be having this nightmares? Like, once they explained, I was like, oh, it makes sense now. I felt stupid because I'm like, he rose from the dead. He had those protection. And it's like, oh, it's like, how did I not know this before? But it's like, amazing. I just love this book. I love the series. Cassandra Clare is amazing. And all of you out there are probably reading City of Lost Souls or Dark City of Lost Souls. I hate you. I don't really hate you. I want to read that book so bad. But right now I'm actually reading the Count of Monte Cristo, which I'm not even in the middle yet because I'm trying to take my time with the book so I understand the literature more. And then I'm actually reading Insurgent in between. I just started Insurgent after I finished this book. I know I'm crazy. After one book and another, I'm just like, oh, I didn't want this book, this ending. I also say the ending, Jace, no! Sebastian, I hate you. Go away. That demon life was crazy. There's a lot of crazy things that happen in the book. Those were mostly things that were crazy. And Jace and Claire, that scene where they're about to have sex, it's like, go at it. And no! He had the knife in her head, no! I was just like, no. And then wishing it was me because I felt like, why can't I be Claire? Just I want to be with Jace. I love him. He's like, oh, one of my favorite fictional characters that I would marry. Like, I would literally marry Jace. He's just amazing. But overall, I give, well, the cover of the book, because that's on my Kindle, of City and Fallen Angels, I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. And I recommend you go get this series. Please go get this series. It's awesome. Like, I literally just read it. Go and read it. I'm trying to make my aunt read the book, City of Bones, and she won't read it. She didn't really deserve it. Just try to read the book. Read it. So, I hope you enjoyed this review, and subscribe, comment, like. So, bye.